Yo, alright. First video on this channel. Pog. I'm gonna teach you how to mew. Alright, so get that jawline. So you've probably seen other videos on how to mew, I'm just real quick. I'll just show you what people do, so what they tell you. So, and this is true. I agree with this. So what you do, your mouth open, alright? Then you wanna put your tongue against the back of your teeth. So like, alright, and then you wanna slowly bring your tongue flat against the roof of your mouth. So like, and you really want to press right here, like really tight. All right. So once it's flat against the roof of your mouth, close your teeth, close your lips with your tongue still has some tension. Now suck out all the saliva from like the sides of your jaw. So it's like, so you're getting rid of all that, and you hold that position, and you want to try to hold it as long as you can, when you're on a walk, when you're sleeping too, I've been doing it a lot lately. I just sleep, I'm like, my tongue's up there, and like there's a difference between good posture and like good actually mewing, like the act of it, like because you have that such a deep tension right here. So that's mewing. So we gotta be like, I was watching a documentary sometime, like I don't know, like, and essentially what the documentary said is that like ancient people, like caveman people, didn't need braces, like these like weird metal in their mouth. Like what, metal in your mouth? Okay, but anyway, they had perfect teeth. I'm like, wait, what? Why? So you probably heard like, oh, like back then they ate like tough meats and like leafy greens, and they have to really chew, and they get their strong jaws from chewing like that. So I'm like, oh, that makes sense, from mewing or like pretending that we have those strong jaws. So yeah, but then I thought about like, okay, then why are we pressing our tongue up against the roof of our mouth? Like, that's kind of weird. So I was thinking about it. So I was chewing, like I was having like one day I was just eating lunch or whatever, and I tried chewing with my tongue really involved. So I was like, this looks so weird, but anyway, what I noticed is that two things. Not only did um I felt like my tongue really being activated, like how people say like you've probably heard like, oh, your tongue's the strongest muscle. Like I could feel that, like my tongue being really strong, behaving really strongly as I chew. All of these muscles here being activated and all of this. Like the food also like tasted better. Like I could taste more of the food. Like if I have a pencil, pretend this is a fork. When I was smaller, I used to be like, the food from like the spoon or something. But like I went in like really like really activating like my tongue with everything. I could taste the food better. And at like after caveman times, people, they started eating more like, because okay, cavemen, they ate fruits, nuts, leaves, like plants, meat. That's it. There's no cereals. So cereals is like wheat. Cereals like bread, lentils, beans. During biblical times, like Jesus times, like people ate like soups, bread, like a lot more softer stuff, but still like, I don't know, started to become more man-made, more like involved stuff. But like, people were like ground stuff. Like I don't know. I don't think cavemen ever had to ground stuff like tools. Like they just put it in their mouth and. But Jesus ate bread, you know. But when he did eat, it was a very, very, it was an experience like you're actually sitting down in community and having a meal. If you think of communion, it's like this is my body, take and eat it. So like every time I'm communion, I'm thinking like, wow, this is somebody's sacrifice, and I get to partake of it. So eating is a very spiritual. It's worship. Eating is a form of worship. Just like how you're singing a song and like worshiping God, prayer, eating is it's also worship. So when you eat, don't act like a glutton. Like no, gotta. If you have food that God has blessed you with, enjoy it. Enjoy it, and then all your muscles will be activated. You will taste the food. You will enjoy it. You will be in a community. Sometimes we eat food alone. Like, I mean, if you live alone, you can't really help that. Like, but if you're living in your own house and you're watching a YouTube video as you eat, like what? And you don't even register, like you probably don't even register the food as you eat. So like yeah, activate your tongue. You mew, continue to mew. There's also a couple other exercises that I do. So if you watch First Men, like this is one video he did with exercise. There's a couple I like. I've been doing this one for a long time where you take your jaw. So pretend this is your lower jaw. It's like this. You tense it. And you slide it forward. So like, and then you'll feel it like, if you're right there, you'll feel it right over here. You can also do like ee-oo, so ee. Ooh. If you do it slower, it's like better. You're activating all of this going on here. There's some other ones. I'll link that video in the description. You can go watch that. He's like really cool. Um, but yeah, enjoy your food. Be grateful for the food that you have. So, because if your mom makes it, you don't have to make it yourself. Even if your mom doesn't make what you consider to be healthy food, enjoy it. Be grateful that you have something. Yeah. Bye.